For many years, the name Al J. Schnieder was firmly linked with the downtown and Main Street Renaissance in Louisville, but at some point it was clear that the torch would have to be passed to the next generation. In most such cases, the line of succession is clear, but when Mary Moseley was chosen to take over her father's business, which included its flagship hotel, the Galt House, it was as much of a surprise to her as it was to anyone.
About 18 months before he died, we always used to go over on Sundays and have coffee with him. Mom had passed away 5 years prior to that. And we were all sitting around the table, my sisters and I, and out of the clear blue, he said, you know, I'm not going to live forever, and I've decided that Mary's going to take the lead. That was the first I had heard of that. And so I don't know if I drew the short straw or what happened, but anyway, so that's how I ended up in this position.
Never having worked in the family business before, at first, in many ways, Mary was a stranger in a strange land. But one of the things her father did before his death was critical to the success she'd later achieve.
When Dad put me in this position, he left me with some of the best mentors I could have had. I had one gentleman, Jack Siegel, call and he said, I know how hard this is going to be for you, so I'm here. And he said, nothing in it for me, I just want to make sure that I can help you because I was a friend of your dad's. I have Russ McClure, I had him. I had men that had been associated with Dad, and they were wonderful. So they would meet with me, and they each had an expertise that helped me.
And in those early days, that expertise would be invaluable as Mary came to grips with the task of bringing a 20th century hotel company into the 21st. It wasn't long before Mary, with the help of the rest of her family, had firmly taken the reins, and she brought a whole new style of management into the position that laid the foundation for the many successes that were to come.
I would describe her style as collaborative to some extent, although she has some of her father in her. She can make decisions. And she can carry out those decisions, so she certainly has her opinions about how things should be, but I think she's collaborative. I think she takes advice from her board.
Simply keeping the Galt House and other properties of the company running smoothly would have been a major accomplishment, but Mary's also taken great pride in making the hotel an even bigger part of the community. And one of the best examples is one of Louisville's newest traditions, Christmas at the Galt House.
The first year, there were 30,000 people that came. The second year, we increased that to 42,000 people in the downtown Louisville area in November and December when there was no one here. So that's really kind of fun.
And that community spirit is also evident in Mary's work outside the company with several civic and charitable organizations.
I remember when she first got on our board, and I would watch her at the board table, and I was in awe of her because she was very kind and very thoughtful in her comments that she made at the board meeting, but yet very powerful.
I think Mary has been successful because she's a good listener. She basically takes people with her in terms of engaging them in an organization, whether she's working for the community or whether she's working with the Al J. Schnieder Company.
What future accomplishments of the Al J. Schnieder Company are yet to come is anyone's guess, but as long as Mary Moseley is at the helm, there's one thing she's definitely committed to.
We will always keep the Galt House as independent because I think we see it as Louisville's hotel. I like that. And we can do things, we don't have to go to corporate and ask permission to do things. We can all go, okay, let's meet in the hall, make the decision, and run with it. I feel like that we can reach out to the city of Louisville. I think we have to offer them more, like the Christmas at the Galt House. We are also involved with the International Louisville Film Festival now that has come to Louisville. So what we've tried to do is be a part of other things that make Louisville a better place.
I think what Mary and her sisters wanted to do was to carry on the legacy of Al Schnieder. And early on in the process, after Al passed away, the family decided that the name of the company should be changed from what was the Home Supply Company, as Al had used for many years, because he desired no name recognition. But they decided that the name should be changed to the Al J. Schnieder Company so that his legacy would be carried forward. And that's what Mary has done in carrying forward her father's legacy and what he's built.
I'm very proud of where we are because I think Dad would have, I think he'd flip if he knew what we spent on these properties because he was very conservative. But I think he'd be very proud because we brought it back up to the grandeur that it was at one time when he first built it. I would love for him to stand in the middle of Main Street now and look around and see all the things that have grown from his beginning.